2017 Harley Davidson 48, Ride Review. First impressions. The Harley Davidson 48 first hit the market in 2010 and got its name from the year that Harley created its first peanut tank, 1948, which was used on a 125S model. That tank is what catches the eye initially, and the rest of the bike flows and curves around it. What also made the tank pop out even more on this particular model was the color, candy hot rod red flake. It's absolutely stunning. Seeing the 48 in person made me realize that pictures don't do it justice, you just have to see it in real life to really appreciate the looks. I was taken back by how small the 48 is in real life. I was expecting the 48 to be much bigger, and a bike that I would need to constantly muscle. But no, at 551 pounds, this bike is much lighter than other HDs. Also, on paper, the seat height doesn't sound that low, 27.3 inches, but again, in person it was a different story. When I sat down it was a tad disorienting at how low to the ground I was. Taking off on the HD was comical. I totally looked like a newbie rider. I kept my feet out while rolling out of the parking lot because I had instinctively tried to put them down instead of forward. This isn't a sport bike, I reminded myself. Once that idea sank in, I popped my feet on the pegs and hunched my back to get my hands positioned on the far forward bars. Holy sh, not a Robin exclamation, I immediately hated every inch of it. This clamshell riding position, both feet and hands forward, didn't feel very natural. What made things 10 times worse was where the mirrors were placed, right below the handlebars. I understand why HD put them there, where else would they go? But, man, I wish they were bigger and more adjustable. I had the 48 for almost 2 months and never managed to adjust the left mirror, so that one was forever useless. The mirror issue provoked great anxiety as I tackled LA's highways, which were already jam-packed at 10:30 a.m. I slowly made my way between cars since I couldn't really see beside me. And I wasn't entirely sure of how much width I really needed to get the HD through. The body is relatively narrow but the bars are wide. Making this experience even more miserable were the turn signals. I liked that they were self-canceling, but disliked their placement. If you've never ridden a Harley Davidson, the company chooses to have the signals operated via different switches. Press a switch on the left to indicate left, press a switch on the right to indicate right. The exception to this is the street rod, which uses a more standard single button setup on the left grip, CC. I really didn't like this system. I had to temporarily let off the throttle to hit my right side signal. Eventually, after several weeks of experience, I was able to brush it with my thumb without letting up, but I still wish it was easier to access.